In this video, I'm going to go in depth and explain the advice, live as if your parents were dead. I think this is a super important mindset that you should adopt in your own life. If you're a young person who still lives with their parents, you will feel a lot of pressure and expectations from your mom and your dad to move your life into a certain direction that you may not necessarily feel like is right for you. So in one of my previous videos called 10 Things Every 20-Year-Old Should Know, one of the points was live as if your parents were dead. And I'm going to go into more depth about that point in this video. I'm going to talk about why, if you live as you're a slave to your parents' expectations, you're going to cause yourself a lot of suffering and misery in your life, and why you should develop the strength within yourself to go against your parents' expectations so that you can follow your life's purpose and really be satisfied with your own life and your own decisions, and to take your life into your own hands, because that is the reason why you've been put on this planet, is to be a creator, a conscious creator, and to create your own life in the image that you have, not the image that your parents have. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Let's get right into it right now. The first point, I want you to ask yourself, how would I be living my life if my parents were dead? Now, I'm not telling you to murder your parents, because I absolutely love my parents. They are amazing, the most supportive people in the world. And I think they're smart, intelligent, and amazing people. I just don't believe that they know what's best for me more than what I know what's best for me. As a human being, you know what is best for you, because you are you. Nobody else knows what's best for you except for you. And a lot of young people, I'm talking high school to university ages, they don't really know what they want yet in their lives, so they take their parents' advice and they feel very pressured to go against their parents' wishes. And this causes a lot of bitterness and resentment towards themselves, towards their parents, and also towards their entire life situation. For example, a student that is in grade 12 and feels like he wants to be an artist, a painter, but his parents tell him to go to school instead and become an engineer. So you're in school, you're studying to be an engineer, you don't really like it, you in fact despise it. You're studying, you're staying up late, you're forcing yourself to do it, it's making you depressed, it's sucking your soul from the inside, and now you feel resentment towards yourself for not living up to your dream, which is to become an artist, and you also are resenting your parents because you feel like they have forced you to pursue this path that you're not super interested in. Really, at the end of the day, it's all 100% your fault. It's not your parents' fault. It's your fault for not living up to your expectation for yourself. So that's why I want you to ask this question. What would you be doing if your parents were dead? What would you be doing? Would you still be in school? Or would you move to a different country? Would you get a different type of job? Would you be studying something different? Would you even be going to university at all? These are questions that you should be asking yourself. And if you find that the answer is, actually, if my parents were dead, I would drop out of school and go live in the streets and be a street musician. If that's the answer that you get, then you have a good idea of where you need to be taking your life. Now, there's a lot of fear that comes up when we want to go against our parents because we're scared that our parents are going to withdraw their love from us. And this might even be the case. So if we don't be a good little boy or a good little girl, our parents will be angry with us if we don't follow their wishes. Let's say your dad wants you to go to med school and to become a doctor, but you don't want to become a doctor. Or you trick yourself into thinking that you want to become a doctor, but really you don't. You don't really care about being a doctor. But you trick yourself and you say, yeah, I actually do want to become a doctor. Meanwhile, it's a fiction. You're just saying that to yourself so it's convenient for you to do 8 years of med school and become a doctor. Meanwhile, that's not really what you want to be doing with your life. We're scared to tell our parents, listen, mom, dad, I don't want to go to university and study this. They're like, no, you have to go to university. You're going to university. You have to go. I've gotten that talk with my parents. And since I have a clear life purpose, I was able to put my foot down and say, no, I'm not going to university or college. That path does not serve my life's purpose, so that's not what I'm going to do. And I was able to get my parents to accept and trust me by being strong and determined in my own decision to not go to university. But a lot of people, I understand, don't have that type of determination because they don't have a clear vision and a clear life purpose. So instead, their parents are like, you have to go to university. Whatever, just pick a class. It doesn't matter. Pick something, you have to go. So a lot of kids are like, okay, mom. So they end up picking some type of course like psychology or social science, which are the classic university, or like business or marketing, which are the classic university courses where you're going to university just for the sake of going, just so that your parents are happy. And this is a serious waste of $50,000 to $60,000 and your 4 years of time and energy investment. You're wasting it. You're really pissing it down the toilet. Because the truth of the matter is, if you really wanted to get an education about marketing or psychology or social science or philosophy, you could walk to the bookstore, purchase a $20 book about philosophy, and read, let's say, 20 pages a day, and you could finish maybe 3 or 4 of those books and have the equivalent level of education and knowledge as someone who is in a 4-year university program. So I digress. My point is, the reason you're going to school is because you're not living as if your parents were dead. You are scared that they're going to withdraw their love from you. But at the end of the day, your parents just want you to be happy, and they want you to be safe and secure. So that's why they usher you in directions. The reason why I use university as an example so much is because this is really the area of life where people are really scared to go against their parents' wishes. They usher you towards a university or college program, and that is the most safe and the most secure route that you can take in your life, because you're going to get a nice cushy 9-to-5 job. They're going to pay you a salary. You don't have to do anything risky. You just listen to what the boss tells you, and then they'll pay you enough for the week, and then you go home and you have your nice little family and your nice little life, and you don't have to take too many risks. but you're also not going to be passionate about your life. You're not going to be successful. You're going to be mediocre. You're going to be a slave, a wage slave. And if you want to be a little bitch and take that easy way out of life, you're going to pay for it every single day when you drive to your job that you only 50% care about. In fact, you resent it. You don't like this job. You're going to go every single day and you're going to think to yourself, I wish I had followed my passion instead of following my parents' wishes. And then the funny thing is that you're going to resent yourself and you're going to resent your parents, and then your parents are going to resent you because even though you followed their advice, you are not happy with your life, and they are going to see that and they're going to be sad. So counterintuitively, the best way to make your parents happy with you and your life choices is to go against their wishes in the short term, because as you live your own passion and you go against their wishes, you create a life for yourself that's in line with your top passions, and that is in line with your dreams and your mission on this earth. You create a career out of that, and then you're gonna be radiating so much happiness and love. And even though you went against your parents' wishes for you, you love your own life so much, and you're gonna radiate that out, and your parents are gonna be way, way happier when you have a job that not necessarily a job, but a career that you've created for yourself that you love so much that even though you didn't go to university, or this is just one example, but even though you went against their wishes, you are happy and you're successful, and they're gonna love you for that. So the second point that I wanted to make is that your parents don't know what you want. Only you know what you want. It comes from the inside. And I've actually went through an entire life purpose course that I can link for you down below in the description. But I purchased a life purpose course. I read books about discovering your own life purpose. And this is an entire long process that took me a year to go through. And now I know what the purpose of my life is. The purpose of my life is to share profound insights about life and to make other people wiser. So now that I have this clear vision, this clear life purpose, I'm going to look, is going to university, which is what my parents want me to do, is that going to serve my life's purpose? And the answer is maybe, but probably not. Because I'm going to be spending $50,000 and all of my time and energy for 5 years going down a path that at the end of it, I'm going to have a degree. I'm going to have a mediocre amount of knowledge about, let's say I decide to take psychology or philosophy or marketing. I'll have a mediocre amount of knowledge on those topics. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a waste of my time and energy, and I'm going to come out of those 5 years with nothing to show for it except a stupid piece of paper. Or I can spend those 5 years and I can invest that $50,000 into creating what I want to create, which is an amazing YouTube channel and a coaching business and to create courses and entire systems to teach people how to educate themselves, all of that time and energy, within 3 or 4 years, I'm going to have success and I'm going to have built it for myself. And that is going to be way, way, way more rewarding than a piece of paper that I got from a university. And all of this is because I am staying on my path and I'm not letting what my parents tell me or what other people tell me, I'm not letting their advice stray me off of my path. And the last point that I wanted to bring up is that you are going to get resistance in your life if you want to follow your dreams, and especially from your parents. So I want to be an amazing speaker, and I am an amazing speaker, and I'm going to continue improving my skills and my video production skills and my consistency, and that is what I want to do. But although my parents are supportive of me and they're really amazing people, really at the back of their minds, they're scared that I'm not going to be able to become successful. And really, they just want me to go to university and to take that soft, cushy, easy way out, that easy 9-to-5 job so that I'm safe and secure. But that's not what I want, because I only have one chance at living my life. One chance. And am I going to live the type of life that I want to live, that I think is amazing, or am I going to live the type of life that somebody else wants me to live because they're scared? So you have two choices. You can choose the path of fear, where you're scared that other people are going to judge you for going off the beaten path. So you just go with the herd, and then you realize at the end of your, let's say, 4-year university program, you realize you have a piece of paper, but like, oh shit, I don't really have any skills that I built for myself. All I have is this piece of paper. Now I gotta go try and find a 9-to-5 job. Or are you gonna live the path of love, where you choose something that you love and that you want to create and you want to share with the world? Are you going to choose that path, and are you going to spend time cultivating your skills and developing your knowledge base and also your skills and your productivity? And are you going to be able to share your deepest gift with the world? And that is what's going to end up making you living, it's going to make you live a happy and fulfilled life. Or you can choose the path of fear, and you could live a depressed and annoyed and dissatisfied and tiring and soul-draining life. That's the life you're going to live if you listen to what your parents want you to do. And if you go against your own gut feeling for what you need to do in your life. So that's all I have to say today. Live as if your parents were dead. And I'm going to be creating an entire series of videos, and I'm going to call it the self-education system. And what this is going to be, it's going to be an entire system where I'm going to talk about the mindsets, the tools and techniques, and also some resources that you can use to take your education into your own hands and to not rely on the system to educate you, because we already know they're not going to educate you. So you have to take your education into your own hands if you want to live an amazing, satisfied, fulfilled type of life that I know that you want and that I know that you deserve. So these videos are going to be really awesome. I'm going to spend a lot of time and sweat and energy into flushing it all out and making it super motivating. And I'm going to provide you with an alternative path for university that is more catered towards yourself. So my mom just got home. She just pulled up in the driveway right now. And I'm sure she'd love to hear the topic of this video. Live as if your parents were dead. But anyways, keep an eye out for the self-education system. It's coming out soon. And I will see you in the next video.